guys, hey. So basically, I was thinking about how I've just been able to dominate in my life so far. And while I know it sounds ridiculous, I'm actually being 100% serious. I wanted to share my methods and my ways of succeeding and how it's possible that you can replicate my style of success. Now, the first thing is that you need to be willing to be crazy and you need to be willing to be yourself. I believe there is no standard of normal, and I think that everybody agrees with me on that. I also believe that everybody is extremely kooky and extremely weird, and the moment you give yourself the space to shine in your own effervescent, fluorescent strangeness, other people will begin to open up and reveal the alien within. And then you'll all just get the opportunity to be strange wonders together, which is exactly what being on Earth is about. Now, once you're able to be yourself, then you can begin to magnetize and express your desires for the strange, kooky life that you want for yourself. Now, for me, that looks like maybe getting my PhD and opening up my own healing center. For you, that could look like having a baby with a Viking or going and starting your own McDonald's business. There could be anything that you're interested in. But the point is that your strange desires are worthy of being explored and of succeeding. And they have every capability and possibility of coming into fruition should you give them the chance to be expressed. Now, once you begin to identify your desires and what you want to do with your life, then it's time to take action. Taking action can look like a bunch of really, really small steps, a lot of side quests, and a lot of detours and strange workarounds and getting lost in order to build the path, build the journey, and the journey is what ends up making up your life. So for me, I was supposed to go to college and finish in 4 years, but I went to college, dropped out my final semester, spent 2 years off traveling and doing different random side programs that I weren't sure how they were connected to each other. I didn't have any intention of building some type of connection. I was really just trying to find my soulmate every time I went into a different program. And I eventually got myself back to college, graduated, got a job, a part-time job, then ended up getting hired to be a teacher here in Korea. And now I'm finally getting back to perhaps pursuing my master's and going eventually, hopefully, to my PhD, but we'll never know where things will go with that. But the point is that I've had a lot of workarounds, a lot of side loops, a lot of random side quests, and they've ended up helping me create a really exciting life so far. And I've often thought about the fact that if I got hit by a bus tomorrow, well, I would be sad because there's a lot of things that I would miss out on, like the birth of my hopefully new niece in May, and maybe getting my PhD and maybe having my own kids and maybe meeting my soulmate. I would still be pretty satisfied with the life that I've lived so far. And that's because I spent it doing a whole bunch of random, interesting, exciting things that, while some might say delayed me or threw me off track or showed my lostness, I would say built up a plethora of experiences that have allowed me to feel really settled in my existence and in my life here on earth, and know that I don't really have regrets because I've been trying this whole time. I've been trying, and even the times where I've been down, I've given myself enough ups to feel like it's balanced out. And I think that that's really important. Once you learn to advocate for yourself and for your deservingness of having a good and fulfilling life, then I think you will find that the feelings of worrying about regret or worrying about not creating a good enough experience for yourself down here on this earth will begin to fade away. It's not really about accomplishing your dreams. It's just about trying and making sure that you are living a life that says, wow, I care about myself and I want to give myself a chance to experience happiness and to experience what this planet has to offer. Whether I end up succeeding in the ultimate point, in the high point of the dreams or not. It's about the journey, and the journey should be, for the most part, enjoyable because, of course, there will be downs. Besides that, I think it's about love, and love can come in whatever form, it comes for you. Maybe you don't want a romantic relationship, but friendships. Maybe you don't really care about friends and you're a loner. Then what about family? Maybe you don't care about family and you're really a super loner. What about the earth? What about plants? What about your art? What about thinking? What about just being generally kind? What about understanding yourself on a deeper level? There's so many ways that love can come into your life, and it's a great feeling, and you shouldn't avoid it, and you should know that you're deserving of it, because every single one of us is deserving of it. We're made from love. Even if you have the worst beginning and the least loving family and least loving origin, it doesn't really say anything about what you yourself are made from, and you yourself are made from love and an endless, endless, endless capacity to love and to be loved. And so you deserve to really live in that energy and its fullness, because that's your nutrition, that's your center. And when you can really thrive and accept those things, and even when you go through moments of doubt, just understanding that once you really do embrace it, it doesn't really ever leave you, then that's how you can find success in the ways that I have, which is not a lot.